Welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to use the short TheraBands in the first portion today, immediately following the warm up. If you have them, you can use them. If not, just follow along. You'll still get benefit without. All right, go ahead and come on up. If you want to have a little padded area, yoga mat, what have you, we are going to be on the hands and knees quite a bit. And we'll go ahead and start with our spinal cord breathing. So feet just in front of the hips, toes straight ahead. On that inhale, bring your arms up and around, forearms and palms together. Tuck everything down, gentle exhale. And now we'll open and lift the chest on the next inhale. So lifting, turning the gaze, opening the chest, dividing the arms. Engage those glutes. Pause at the top. And then when you're ready, you'll exhale nice and smooth, taking it all back down to that like standing kind of fetal position here, hips under, arms in, and then find your rhythm. 3 to 5 total. Taking the time to connect into your breath. Being patient as you warm up the spine. Just take it through one more cycle. On the next exhale, go ahead and relax those arms down. Relax the arms down. Walk the feet just a little bit wider. And we're going to bring the arms out to the side. A little bend in those knees. We're going to go into our alternating hamstring stretch. Windmills here, reaching to the opposite side of the body. Squeeze those glutes. We'll get about 3 to 5 on each side. Looking to reach a little bit farther each time you bend over. Over and up. Over and up. Maybe about one more on each side. Squeezing those glutes as you stand tall. Very nice. From there, we're going to walk it in. We're going to go right into some balance work while we stretch the quad. So lift up onto one leg, look to grab one foot, and pulling that heel back. Look to hold about 20 seconds here. Try to stay as level as you can through the hips. 2, 1, and go ahead and set that side down. Walk the feet nice and wide, inner thigh stretch in between, reaching those arms out. We're gonna take it into a little side lunge here, driving the knee wide. Keep the chest as tall as you can. Good, back to center. And same thing, other side. Heel pushes down, knee pushes wide. Very good. Let's get about 2 to 3 each direction. Fantastic. Breathe in to come up. Exhale as you lower down. Last one. And we'll go quad stretch on the opposite leg. Good job. Walking those feet in. I was on the left quad last time, so if you are mirroring me, you probably did your right. Now I'll go to my right, your left. And holding nice and smooth here. Again, keeping lifted. We want to avoid kind of that dropped hip position. And we're looking to pull the heel towards the glute without over stretching. Don't have any pain there as you're stretching. 2, 1, and shake it out. All right, fantastic. Our first circuit serves really well as a warm-up today. So we're going to get going right into that. If you want to use the TheraBands, we're going to be doing some monster walks with some squatting. We'll go 45 seconds. We'll probably just actually about 30 seconds forward and back. And then we're going to do a long bit on the lateral. So 90 seconds total. I'm going to bring the band just below the knees. You can go just above as well. Both will get those glutes activated. And when you're ready, you'll come down to a little defensive stance. And now just be nice and deliberate here. Heel to toe, rolling through. When you come to the edge of your space, let's get in between 2 and 3 squats. Sitting back on the heels, pushing out through the knees. And then on the backwards walk, toe to heel, stepping it back. 3 to 5 there. Sorry, 2 to 3 squats, 2 to 3. Very good. Take it forward once more. All right, go ahead and finish the one you're working on, and then we're going to turn it to the side, and we're going to side step it this time. Step it nice and long. But only so far that you keep those toes pointing straight ahead. you want to add some more squats and you can, or if you want to just kind of keep this tension throughout, got another 30 seconds to go. Pushing the knees nice and wide. Very good. Breathe and move here. All right, 10 seconds. I'm gonna put a couple more squats in here, and then we're gonna make our way to the floor. Standing tall, reaching back. And 2, 1, go ahead and transition. So we're gonna make our way down. We're gonna start with some donkey kicks next. If it is below the knees, just move that band slightly to come above the knees. And before we jump into those donkey kicks, you're gonna just stretch out the forearms a bit. Palms down, fingers towards you. Gently lean back and rock side to side. Just quick little touch. And you can turn those hands in so the fingers are interlacing and facing in towards one another. And then you can rotate. Just kind of swivel side to side. Again, just looking to stretch out the forearm area. Very good. From there, come up off the wrist, shake them out. Circle them around a couple times. And then we're going to make our way onto all fours. So take a nice wide handprint, place the hands underneath the shoulders, square the hips, pull that belly button in. When you're ready, you're going to go donkey kick. So we're going to drive the foot straight up, keeping the low back nice and neutral, so not letting it arch. And that band is just a little bit around the thighs. We're going to go 30 seconds on one leg and then 30 seconds on the opposite. Good. Bottom of the foot put straight up. Driving up, controlling it down. Very good. 1 to 2 more. 2, 1, and same thing, opposite leg. Just shift your weight and go right into that second leg for those donkey kicks. Bottom of the foot, pointing straight up towards the ceiling. You want to extend the hip without extending the back. So keeping the midline neutral. Good. 10 more seconds. And 2, 1, and rest. We're going to stay here on all fours, going back to the first leg for some fire hydrants. So driving the knee lateral and then bringing it in. Lifting up and down and in. Good. Nice and controlled. Kind of feel the edge of that movement and then bring it back down. Staying as level as you can through the hips and shoulders. Up, down. Let's go 1 more. And switch legs when you're ready. Same thing other side. And then we're going to come off the hands. Lateral leg lift, controlling it in. Ooh. Stabilizers are talking now. Oh, those little muscles of the hips starting to burn. Good. Let's get 1 to 2 more. Up and down. Good control. And rest for a second. Fantastic. Go ahead and make your way back up to your feet. We're going to go through 1 more round of that, starting back with our monster walks here in about 15 seconds. If you get up to your feet and you want to start a little bit early, you're welcome to it. We're going to go forward and back. And I lowered the band down, so now it's, again, just below the knees, top of the shins. All right, feet about hip width apart. Go ahead and come on down like you're going to defend someone in basketball or something. And here we go, heel to toe. Holding strong. Option to add those squats in. Forward and back. Driving those knees wide. We have squats coming up in our next circuit. All right, very nice. Go 1 more time, forward and back, 3 to 5 steps each leg. Be real deliberate about that toe to heel on that backwards walk. And then another set of squats. Very good. From there, we're going to turn it to the side, taking it laterally. Let's add those 2 to 3 squats at the end of each side this time. So knees out, reaching the arms out. Very nice. Fantastic. 30 seconds left. Moving well. Let's get down and back about one more time. Fantastic. A band is a good reminder to keeping the knees wide. You don't want to have them diving in, so pushing out against, and let's take it back to the start. All right, one or two more squats, and we're gonna rotate. Fantastic. Making our way back to the floor. We're gonna go straight into those donkey kicks once we get down there. So moving the band just above the knees if it was below. Nice wide handprint. Square those hips and shoulders, and donkey kicks first. Chin in, drive that foot straight up, controlling it down. Looking to keep a bent knee position the whole time through. Very good. Once you know that movement, turn the head so you're looking straight between the hands, nice neutral head position. Think about pulling that chin in, keeping the neck neutral, the rest of the spine. Give a little pause at the top. Down, good. Let's go 1 to 2 more. Up, down, up, and switching legs when you're ready. 2, 1, and we'll go 30 seconds on this opposite side. Pause, hold that contraction, and then bringing it down and in. Fantastic, halfway through. We're going back to the first leg for fire hydrants next. 2, 1, and switch. All right, lateral leg lift. Fire hydrants. So paying attention to that head position, I found myself kind of trying to drop that head forward. So hold solid through that upper body as well. Chin pulled in. Build some awareness of that head and neck. Very nice. Good, maybe one more. And second time, second side when you're ready. Opposite leg. Solid. Continue to breathe. All right, 10 seconds left, and we're going to stretch the hips for a bit. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a seat and bring that band off the legs. All right, go ahead and set that aside. And let's go and take it into a little bit of a seated twist here. So extend your right leg and cross your left foot over. Sitting nice and tall, hug that leg in. Go a little stretch to the outer glute area. Very nice. From here, we'll take it a little bit deeper into the twist if you'd like. Take that left hand, walk the fingers behind you, and you can work that right elbow a little bit more forward on the leg if you're able. But most of all, sit tall, turn the head, turn the eyes, looking over that left shoulder as far as you can. Let's go one more breath here. And gradually release. Go ahead and come on out. Same thing, other side. So you extend your left leg, cross the right leg over, sitting tall, starting with that glute stretch at first. Hug it in. Good time just to close the eyes. We're going to hold for about another 2 to 3 breaths before we go deeper into the twist. Good. When you're ready, your right hand this time, crawl those fingers back behind, continuing to stay as tall as you can as you work that elbow in the front. Peering over that right shoulder. One more here. And release. Fantastic. Go ahead and just spin around. Let's come on to the back for just a moment. Get a little love to the low back. We'll open the front of the hips with a couple glute bridges, and then we'll make our way on up. So either double knee to chest, or if you feel comfortable for 2 knee twists, both legs together, looking over the opposite shoulder. Up and across, same thing other side. Try to keep it a little bit more dynamic here. So kind of go into that end range, you hold for one breath, and then up across. Very good. Balance yourself out there. And then we're going to do a little bit different variation for the glute bridge. I call it bridge and reach. So go ahead and with the knees bent, feet flat, right about hip width apart. And we'll start by just warming up a couple bridges. So rolling the hips back, bringing them up, engaging. Let's go between 2 and 3 here, just that normal pattern. Pulling the chin into the chest as you get a little bit higher with the hips. And then if you're feeling fairly warm there, as you extend the hips, I'm going to start with my right hand. You're going to push into your right heel, really open that hip, and then reach over that left shoulder as far as you can. You'll come down, hips come back to the floor, hips come up. Now the left side, driving that left heel, open the hip on the left as you reach over the right shoulder. So you're going to bridge the hips and then reach across the body. Just get between 3 and 5 on each side. Taking that moment to really extend those hips, activating that one side more than the other as you reach across. Very good. Let's get about one more on each side. Fantastic. Very good. When you finish that, go ahead and roll over. We're going to make our way, if you're going to take a moment, into child's position. Stretch the low back from the front side a little bit more. Toes together, knees divide. You can just lower down there for a moment. Kind of stretch out the upper body and the lats a bit by rotating your upper body side to side. From here, we'll take a nice wide handprint. Place the hands back under the shoulders. Turn those toes under. And let's drive those hips nice and high. Coming up into down dog. Pulling the chin into the chest. Peering between the legs as you stretch long. And then give a nice attention to the heels. Lower one heel down and then the other. All right, so as we come up to our feet, we're going to get ready. We're going to do some thrusters, single arm thruster. So you'll go a left arm thruster, 30 seconds. Then you're going to come down for either a left arm plank, feet a little bit wider. You'll hold on one arm, or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, with a dumbbell or without a dumbbell, you can row. So keeping yourself as square as possible. 30 seconds there. We'll come back up, and then we'll do everything on the right side. So a thruster, holding the weight here, controlling down to that squat, driving straight up to overhead. So as you make your way back up to your feet, you're going to reach up to overhead. Just give your body a little side stretch, side to side. And we're going to have 3 rounds. So you'll go left arm thruster, left arm support on the plank, right arm thruster, right arm support on the plank, and then we'll take 30 seconds in between sets, make any changes that we need. Let's grab a little drink. You can use the same weight throughout, or you can start a little bit lighter and look to get a little bit heavier as each set progresses. Totally up to you. All right, we're going to start here in 20 seconds. Again, you'll start with the weight. I'm assuming that the left arm is the non-dominant arm for most. If you feel stronger on the left and prefer to start on the right, do whatever is best for you. All right, we're going to turn the toes out slightly. Then bring that weight up to the shoulder, elbow up, starting in 2, 1. Here we go. Sinking back, controlling to that squat. And it's called a thruster because the idea is that you give a little thrust to the hips, the last quarter of that squat, to give that upper body a little boost to overhead. Breathe in to lower. Exhale as you drive up. As we're moving a little bit slower, it's oftentimes about 1 full breath to each rep. As your heart rate starts to increase, you might find that you're breathing out on the up and the down. Breathing rate gets higher as well. There's our 30 seconds. Fantastic. Making your way down to the floor. I think I misspoke. Support on the, you're going to row on the arm that was just holding the weight. It's a nice wide handprint, so you'll be having the weight in your left hand. 2, 1, here we go. With or without the weight, reaching down. And you'll see there's a tendency to rotate my hips away. So try to think about keeping that left hip down, the weight's in that left side, because oftentimes that side will lift up. And then on the hand that you are fully supporting, gripping the fingers, keeping a little give in that elbow, making sure you're not hyperextending that elbow. Good, holding tight. 2, 1, and rest. Beautiful, walk it in. Coming on back up, we'll do the same thing on the opposite side of the body. Getting ready to go in 2, 1, and breathe as you move. Very nice. First of 3 rounds. Doing great. Halfway through. Good. Keep that upper body engaged, so pushing up against that weight as you come into the squat. And rotate. Very good. Keeping the weight on the same side of the body. Nice wide handprint on your left hand. Feet a little bit wider. 2, 1. When you're ready, remember, right hip down. Watch that rotation. Obviously, if this feels a little bit too challenging for you, you can always hold a front plank. So on the forearms, if you want to break off the wrist. Good. A lot of core control here. You can really feel that midline working against that counter rotation. Elbows still nice and high. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're going to take 30 seconds in between sets. Time to grab some water. Make any changes of weights that you'd like. Let's stick with the same weight. All right, well, we're back to it in 5. Set the feet back to your non-dominant or left hand. 2, 1, here we go. Looking to either keep that same tempo or just slightly increase. It depends. If you went heavier in weight, focus to try to keep the same. If you stayed the same in weight, feel like you could push a little bit more. You can just turn up that tempo just a little. Consistency is our most important piece, though. Got one more round after this, so you want to be able to maintain for that next set. Good. 2, 1, rotate. Coming on down. Make those nice wide handprints, especially with that single arm support. You can hold off the knees as needed, and when you're ready. The weight's in the left arm. Watch that left hip. It tends to rotate out and away. Chin and head neutral, looking straight down as you move. Very good. Having as little shift as possible between those hips and shoulders. 2, 1. There's our halfway point of round 2. Making your way back up. Opposite side of the body. All right, great transition. Going in 2, 1, here we go. As I squat down and reach that non-working arm out, help encourage that tall chest posture. Eyes look straight ahead the whole time. Good. When you're pushing up to overhead, you want to bring that weight straight over the center of the head, keeping that shoulder close to the ear. Maybe one more. And rotate. Fantastic. Second half of set 2. Spreading those fingers nice and wide as you come down to that push-up. Setting the feet just outside the hips. And here we go. Looking straight down. Elbow up and in. Keeping that shoulder blade down out of the ears. And remember, just catch me there, that hip lifted up on that side of the dumbbell. So just think about turning with your right hip down towards the floor. Keep it level with the left side. Nice. Do one more time. And there's our 30 seconds rest. Woo. All right, round 3 coming up next. 15 seconds left in the rest break. All right, going in 5. Back to your non-dominant arm. 3, 2, 1, and finish consistent or finish strong. Do have one more circuit after this. Everybody's favorite, the burpee, coming up in the next round. So save a little juice. Good. Looks great. Eyes are up. Nice depth in those squats. Every rep looks the same. That's our goal. And rotate. Fantastic. Final of these single arm planks, single arm rows. Set that handprint down. Set those feet a little bit wider when you're ready. Looking straight down. Hips as level as you can. Good. Keep breathing. Especially when we're bracing, holding these planks, it's easy to want to hold the breath. So keep that airflow consistent. Look to exhale as I pull it up and in. Good. Maybe 1 or 2 more. And there's our rotation. Beautiful. 15 seconds. Back to our second side. Final time. Set the feet. 2, 1. Here we go. Fantastic. Good. As you pick up the pace, just make sure you still control into that squat. Try to avoid any kind of laxity or bounce in the bottom. The older we get, the more we want to have control of that full range. Good. 2, 1, rotate. Woo. Final set of plank rows here. Coming on down. Really wide handprints. Set those feet just a little bit wider. 2, 1, when you're ready. Right hip rotates down. Chin stays in and level. Activating that midline in all kinds of directions, using all those different layers of abdominal muscles we have. Fantastic. Holding strong. Let's do 1 more. And there's our rest. Woo! All right, go ahead and come off the hands. Stay down here for a second, kind of shake out those arms for a moment. Very nice. All right, if you're comfortable to come into a lunge, we're gonna open up the hip flexors a bit more, stretch out the upper body before we go into our final circuit. So let's step the left foot forward. Take a nice deep breath in as you reach up, lifting up out of the hip, engaging that glute as you shift that back hip forward. And we're gonna start with rotating towards the front leg. Chest up, staying tall. You know, like a little gentle kind of grabbing your right wrist and just pulling it across ever so slightly. 1 or 2 more breaths here. And release. Very good. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Bring the opposite leg down, walk the other knee forward. And on that breath in, we're gonna lift up, opening the chest, engaging that back glute as you shift the hips forward, staying planted through the front heel. And then again, we're gonna rotate. Rotating that front leg, engage, squeeze, and turn your torso. Gently grab that left wrist if you'd like. Encourage a little more rotation. 1 more breath, and release. Very good. We're gonna go back to the first knee and add a tricep side bend to that. So go ahead and back, left foot steps forward. And now the right arm, the leg that's down, you're gonna reach it up, bending at the elbow, pulling the chin in, reaching around. And now we're gonna bend to the side. laterally flex. You can still get that opening of the back hip, shifting the hip forward and then taking it across. Good. Just 3 to 5 times here, up and down, watching that head posture, chin in. And release. Good job. Same thing, opposite side. Step it forward. Downside leg. That's the arm that reaches up. Bending the elbow. Reach up and around. Nice and tall here. Shift it forward and taking it to the side. Up and down. Still firing that glute on your left side. Firing that glute invites the front of the hip to open just a little bit more. And we tend to get really tight in those hip flexors with all the sitting that we do in our society. It's hard to avoid it. All right, very good. Come on out. Shake that out. Let's grab a drink. And then we're going to make our way into this final circuit. We're going to start on the floor with some midline work. Side plank dip into a side plank leg lift. We're going to have a full 50 seconds on one side. We'll roll it over, 50 seconds on the other. And then we're going to have basically a full 90 seconds of 2 burpees, full push-up or not, and 4 jump jacks. 2 burpees, 4 jumper step jacks. We're going to do it 3 times. All right, so when you're ready, let's come onto your left arm. Let's give you that side plank dip into the leg lift first. 2, 1, here we go. So we lift up into that side plank, and then you can start with the knees bent if you'd like, pulling the hands towards the toes, into the side dip, and then if you want to go straight legs, you can. You're kind of rocking back on the hips, supporting a bit through this downside arm. I kind of push into my hand, rotate slightly. Very good. Squeeze, over, and up. Beautiful. To those dancers, former gymnasts out there, if you want to point those toes, nice straight legs. Good. Nice long body line. Working that midline, working those hips and core stabilizers. Good. 10 seconds left. Breathe in as you move. Let's get one more. Up, down, and pivot. Fantastic. Go ahead and swivel it around. We're going to go same thing, other side. Make sure you pull that elbow in, stack it just underneath the shoulder. 2, 1, here we go. Dip first. Coming up, rotate back, bent knees or straight legs. Nice. Very good. Check in with that breathing now, because our breathing's about to get heavier. As we go into those burpees. And you make the call. If you're strong in your push-ups, if you want to come all the way to the chest, all the way to the deck, you kind of be a little cautious with the upper body. Don't worry about that full push-up. Just go to the top of the push-up, top of the plank. We got about 10 more seconds here on these leg lifts and side plank dips. So keep it moving, good focus. And last one. 2, 1, and rotate. We're just gonna roll it right over. I'm gonna start with that burpee. I'll show the no push-up first. Stepping up or hopping up to your feet. We go 2 burpees and then 4 jump jacks. So go ahead and join me whenever you're ready. 2 burpees and 4 jump jacks. Push up if you'd like. You're gonna come all the way up to standing after each burpee. So squeeze those glutes, come on up. After that second one, put in 4 jump jacks before you go back down. All right, there's our first 30 seconds. We're doing this for a total of 90 seconds. So keep it moving here. This is your blood flow. Building some cardio. Good. You can also hop up to your feet, holding nice and strong in the midline, floating those feet towards the hands. Wonderful, 30 seconds left. Fantastic. Maybe one more cycle. We'll have a little rest break coming up. Very good. and 30 seconds rest. All right, grab a drink. Move back down for the side plank dips. We're gonna do it twice more. All right, 10 seconds till we start. Come on down, send that left elbow right underneath the shoulder, extending those legs. When you're ready, dip first, up and pause, and then we're rolling back. You make sure that you're not arching the back as you roll over, and like kind of think about that hollow body that we practice, pulling that belly button in towards the spine. Exhale as I pull my legs towards that hand. We're working for 50 seconds here. We're halfway through right now. Up and pause, back down. Nice long reach. Good. Moving well. 15 seconds more. Just lifting up out of that support shoulder. Good. Positioning there. Give me one more. 2, 1, and when you're ready, pivot around. All right. First thing first, check in with that elbow directly underneath that shoulder. 2, 1, here we go. Side plank, sitting back, pushing through that flat hand onto the floor. Good. Maybe start to notice it might feel a little bit easier on one side of the body versus the other. This side feels a little bit harder for me for whatever reason. Could be just that it's the second time, getting a little fatigued through the midline. Good job, we're just over halfway. Fantastic. Up and pause, over and switch. Good. Let's get one more, and then we're gonna go into those burpees. 2, 1, and transition. So you can go ahead and just kind of roll on your stomach and start when you're ready. You can come up on your knees or your toes. Once again, it's 2 burpees, 4 step jacks or jump jacks. "90 seconds of work. With or without the push-up, if you're doing those push-ups, watch the elbows. People tend to wing those elbows out wide. It's harder on the shoulders, so keep those elbows relatively into the sides. First 30 seconds down. If you're stepping your feet up, try to take note. Which foot do you tend to step up with first? And can you alternate which one comes up first? For me, it's my left side that I favor. Whatever reason, I just kind of, my go-to. Whew. We're over halfway now. Just about 30 seconds left. And watch yourself talk when the breathing starts to get higher. When you may be doing something you don't enjoy so much, we tend to get a little bit more critical in our brains. So practice staying present, 1 rep at a time. Try to keep yourself moving. All right, go ahead and finish it out. 2, 1, and when you're ready, that's our 90 seconds. All right, we'll take 30 seconds off, grab a little drink, be back for one more set. Well done. Coming down, back to that left side, starting in 10. All right, final time through. Staying focused. 2, 1, and here we go. Up first, down, rock it back. Nice. Long legs as you reach. Point the toes if you can. Wonderful. There's our halfway point through that first 50 seconds. Fantastic, good. Hitting that nice solid plank position. Hold, and then down and rotate. Fantastic. Let's get about 2 more cycles. Woo. And 2, 1. There's our switch. Swinging it through. Last time on this side. And when you're ready, here we go. Up and pause. Rotate and lift. Fantastic. Building that midline strength. Go. Still continue lifting up out of that support shoulder as you move. Come into a nice solid bridge position. There's our halfway. 25 seconds to go. Wonderful. Pulling that belly button in as you reach for the toes. Good. All right. And we're coming up into our final burpee and jump jacks. And my surprise to you is we're going to go a full 2 minutes on this last set. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. And before you get any grumbly about that, just stay focused. You can move as slow as you want. Just try to move throughout. You can go into a step jack if you like. Or if you have good energy to finish it out here, then stick with it. I'll tell you every 30 seconds. Whew. Very good. 2 burpees into 4 jump jacks. That's our first 30 seconds down. Fantastic. It's been a great hour today. Just stay focused, stay strong, stay positive. Nurturing thoughts. All right, here's our halfway point. 1 minute down, 1 minute to go. Fantastic. Trying to put in between 2 and 4 full cycles here in this last minute. Woo. All right, just over 30 seconds left. There you go, good, stay with it. 15 seconds. Woo, almost done. And go ahead and finish that cycle. 3, 2, 1. And great job, everyone. There's our 2 minutes. All right, stay on your feet for a second, walk it out. Let's grab some water. Ah, nice work. All right, we're gonna go a little aptly shoulder stretch. Staying on our feet for it. Great time to go back to the band you used, unless you have that flexibility, you can reach your hands. So I reach one hand up, palm towards me, towards my back, the other hand under, palm away from the low back. Lengthening here, chin in. I know I really want to shoot my head forward, so I'm trying my best to stay tall and breathing. Very good. Work the fingers a little bit closer if you can. We're going to go another 15 here. Feel free to close those eyes. You pull that chin in, staying tall. Front of that rib cage pulled down and in. One more breath and gently release. Good job. Just kind of shake those arms side to side in between. Nice big circles here, rotating through, switching which arms is on top. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, same thing, other side. Again, that's hand that's on top. I'm going to bend that elbow so the palm is facing towards my back. And I'm going to sweep that other hand under. Back of the hand against the back. Square as you can here. Chin in. Close those eyes and breathe. Got about another 20 seconds here. Good, about 3 more breaths. And release when you're ready. Very good. Go ahead and set that band down. And we're going to go into a behind the back stretch, nice wide base stance. Bring both hands behind, interlace those fingers, extend those elbows and shoulders. Reach out into your legs, send those hips back long. Allow that head to be nice and heavy here as you pull those arms up over top of your torso. And then send that airflow wherever you might feel the tension. So for me, it's right between the shoulder blades. Breathing in, trying to send the air between the shoulder blades. On the exhale, holding strong in your legs. If you want to go down just a little bit farther into that forward fold. One more breath. And release. Good job. Go ahead and release those arms down. Just go ahead and crawl your way down. We're going to take it down to the mat. On your stomach. Right. So you're going to lie face down. Legs mostly together. You're going to bring the arms out to the side. And now let's start with, you're going to kind of take your torso. Hand is like flat on the ground. Arm is about 90 degrees. So it looks about like this on this other side. And I'm going to shift my weight over to my left. And I'm going to gently scoop both knees forward towards the opposite side of the body. I can use this hand here to kind of push across. You should feel a nice opening on the front of that pec. Oh, so Kathy, I see your hands straight out. So let me show you from this angle. This arm is like 90 degrees, kind of like the doorway stretch, but on the ground. There you go. And the knees are here and pushing through that right hand. Feel free to rest that head down. You can walk those knees in a little bit closer to the chest if you like. Keep kind of shifting your hips across to the left. About another 10 seconds here. Keep inviting the front of that left chest to open. Good, and when you're ready, go ahead and make your way on out. Bring those legs back to neutral, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So again, you'll place that arm about 90 degrees, palm flat on the ground. You kind of like think about walking that shoulder blade out and away. You're gonna gently shift your weight to that side through the upper body as you pull those knees up and in front of your body. Use your left hand to guide it. Feel free to rest that head down. Now pull the legs a little closer to the chest, you can. Two, one, and when you're ready, gradually go ahead and come on out of that. All right, very nice. We're gonna make our way into child's position next. We're gonna go child's position with side stretch. So toes together, knees divide, and you're gonna start by walking your hands over to the left side and reach your right hand nice and long, and then lower down from there. So stretching out the side of the body here. Spend about 3 to 5 breaths here. Again, sending the air into the area of tension. On that exhale, see if your body wants to drop just slightly more into that stretch. Very good. Before we jump to the opposite side, we're going to get some mid-back rotations on your right side. So support either on the palm or come down to the forearm of your left hand. And then we're going to go hand behind the head, elbow to the opposite elbow. We're going to go upwards of about 10 reps here. Just giving some nice rotational work to that mid-back. Following the elbow with the eyes, peering up towards the ceiling or sky if you get to be outside today. Breathe in to close, exhale to open. Beautiful. Pause in that open position. Take your time. Get the most out of that movement. Very good. It always makes me laugh when I see people fly through these movements like it's not for time. come from the world of CrossFit, so people get really caught up in trying to do everything as fast as possible. After about 10 or so there, go ahead and release. And then we're going to go into child's position side stretch on the opposite side. So now you'll walk your hands to the right. Yeah, we went to the left last time. So your hands to the right, I'm going to the left. Take your left hand and reach long. Good exercise for my brain, trying to teach the opposite of my rights and lefts. Reaching across, lowering that head down, 3 to 5 breaths here on this side stretch. You can just kind of notice if you square those hips a little bit better, moving those hips around, it kind of changes where you feel that stretch. One more breath or so here. And we'll make our way back to all fours, supporting through your right hand, rotating through that left side. Upwards of about 10. To breathe in as I close those arms together, and then exhale as you take it into that rotation. All right, fantastic. Final little bit here, we're going to go down dog, extend the leg, pigeon, and then back to down dog, extending that leg, pigeon on the other side. So bring those hands into position, driving back. Let's go ahead and start with your right leg. You can extend that right leg straight up and back, and then swinging it forward. Square those hips and knees best you can. Hips and knees, hips and shoulders, knees as well. And then you choose to just kind of drop into this stretch. Maintain a little bit of awareness through your joints. Notice what you're stretching. You can lower that chest down if you'd like. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can grab that back foot for the ultimate stretch. Add a quad stretch to it. I like to grab it with the same side hand. Good. Hold about another 15 here. When you're ready, gradually release that back leg. Instead of going into the seated twist like we often do, you're going to place both hands down. We're going to come back into down dog. Same thing on the left side now. So we'll drive up, take a little time here. This is our final down dog. So let's walk out those heels, get a little more love to those calves after the burpees and jumping jacks. And then when you're ready, left leg, extend that leg up and back, swing it forward, and square it up. For you, focusing on that trail leg, just taking a moment here, about 15 seconds or so. Noticing where any tension is through the hip. If you want to stay tall, if you want to come a little lower. And then if you did grab the trail leg on the opposite side, look to even yourself up, grab that trail foot on this side. About another 20 seconds here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Very good. All right, everyone. That's what we have for today. Feel free if you want to kind of pick a final position or so to spend a little bit of time. You can come back into child's position, bow your head down, center yourself, flip over onto your back. Just take a moment to yourself. Show some gratitude for taking the time. Show some gratitude for what your body can do. And more than anything, get yourself centered before you run into whatever you have next. It's so easy to get caught up in the runaround of life. So we got to really take control of our own well-being and pause in between all the things that we can get bombarded with. So thank you so much for pausing with us today. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time.